Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're doing this cute little house that I made. It's a really big house. I actually really enjoy making huge houses in The Sims. I don't know why. It's just so cozy. It's cozy. Does it take a while? Yes. Did I take a while to edit this video? Yes. Was I supposed to have posted this last week? Yes again. But life happens, a lot of things happen, and I had to change a couple of stuff. So in the end, I am still posting this video this week, and I can tell you that I had a lot of fun making this, especially because I actually use custom content on this build. I used Felix and Harrie House of Harlix custom content. I will be linking the ones that I used, like all the custom contents that I use down below. And this house is a very Tudory house. It's a modern Tudory house style, and I went with a lighter shade for the actual house because I didn't really enjoy making like the dark wood. I know it's how did I say it? It's like the default style for every Tudor home, but I wanted it to be modern. I wanted it to look beautiful. Not the Tudor homes are lovely, but I wanted this one to look very modern, and I decided to go with a lighter shade for the Tudor houses, and this is technically what I did. I do have another one which is going to be probably coming out next week, which is going to be a starter home, and it is also going to be in a Tudor style home as well, so just watch out for that one. I kind of enjoyed like doing this entire build when it came to the gardening stuff because I really loved getting into the landscaping. As I said, I was having problems with landscaping, and I think like the more I work on the landscaping, the more and the better I get. Like I just really get better at doing them, and sometimes I do go a little bit overboard. I do like having ponds a bit here, a bit there, and that's technically what I did with this house. I added loads of plants in the front. Like I wanted all the plants in the house, like the entire house, the entire lot to be in the front yard. And I changed the wallpaper, just so you guys know, I changed the wallpaper for this house a trillion times until I finally decide on which wallpaper I literally am going for. And I did make like this little, it looks like a little fountain but made with the grass, and for like the landscaping. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was so cute how I turned it off, and like even if you look at the grass, it kind of looks like, it just looks like water in a sort of way, like it's a little pond thing there. I could have made a pond if I stop to think about it now. I should have made a pond there though, but I didn't, and it still looks beautiful with all of the little shades and colors that I used to make this a little landscape. I don't really enjoy placing a lot of, how would I say, I don't know, tiles on the landscaping in front. I know that some landscaping have a lot of tiles that it just shows like just the decorations that we put for the landscaping, and I just decided I'm not going to go with that. I'm just going to go with the landscaping the way it was, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. And thank God this time I did not have a problem with my landscaping when I did all the details, because every time I tinted the floor on the other lot that I built, I saved and I came back and it was all gone. This time it just stayed, and I'm so glad. I hope it never comes back ever again. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. I decided to put like 2 verandas, and I ended up making a patio in the backyard for the fact that I wanted there to be a really big pool, which I kind of made it a bit smaller afterwards, but mostly because I just use a pool for skills normally, because I don't really add like a gym. I'm gonna try and build a house where I remember to place a gym So yeah, and like the bottom patio, it was just gonna be like this really big veranda that goes into the backyard, but then I decided to turn it into a really big patio and put a little grill so you can have your Sims can literally just go outside and have their momentum. But this house in particular, this entire house, I actually built it based on this little story that I came up in my head, and I decided that it is owned by two Sims, but there are four Sims that live in this house, and they have two twin daughters, and one wants to be a rock star, the other one wants to be a famous painter, and like they as they're twins, but they kind of have like their different styles. One loves pop music, the other one's like more rocky, more jazzy kind of style, and I really enjoyed playing around with that. So the house literally comes with that, and the dad like left his 9 to 5 because he couldn't take it anymore, and he became a stay-at-home father. Like he takes care of everything, and the mom is a doctor, like she's a really famous doctor, and like she's the one who works more, and the dad is normally the one who just stays at home. And I wanted to literally revolve this house around that. So when it came to furnishing like the inside of the houses, I kind of wanted to make it look like, you know, I don't know, have you ever met like someone, they are like some men who are really into their interior decorator, and I wanted it to be like a bit like very polished decorations, to the point of, you know, I'm gonna live in this house, like I'm going to stay here, it's going to look the best way possible. And I took out the Sims interior decorator, and I loved it. So I did make like this huge area for them to have like a little barbecue in the backyard and just chill with their family and everything. I do end up changing this, like the table. I kept the chairs, but I changed the table. It was like a round table. I do end up changing that, and I make it into like a bigger table. I didn't really enjoy the round table afterwards. And a fun fact about this build, what it's not really a fun fact, it's just going back to trauma. What happened was, the sim that I was using to test build this house, this incredible house that I am actually currently playing in it, I used her to go to the other house that I told you guys about, which is the starter house that I am building. And oh my god, I forgot to evict the sim, and this entire house got defurnished. There was no furnishing, and I was so angry. But then I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to buy everything all over again. And then when I saw it was just actually in her inventory, and then I spent the day that I was supposed to be like building 2 starter homes, I kind of spent like the time that I was going to be building the second starter home, refurnishing all of this. This is why this video took so long to come out, because I took my sweet time to refurnish it. I do end up changing a couple of things when I come back and furnish this house. It's not very noticeable, honestly. I think I just made it prettier. When you guys see the screenshots, you'll understand what I mean. But besides that, this house was literally made for a family. It has like 3 bedrooms, like all 3 bedrooms are huge. There is a walk-in closet for each of the Sims in this house. The parents' bedroom, like the walk-in closet, literally leads into like the bathroom, and I think I should have made the bathroom a bit bigger. I'm not gonna lie, but in the end, I actually really loved the outcome of their bathroom. Like, I literally only show me like building their bathroom, one of the teenagers' walk-in closet with the custom content from with the custom content from Felix and Harrie, and honestly, I am just in love with their content, their custom content so much. I just love it so much. Everything was so beautiful. The wallpaper that I used for the office, well, it was supposed to be an office, but I just turned it into like a study room. It was just so on point. I just loved it so much. I was looking at it when I was like going around and placing all the furniture inside of this room, and I was just like, this wallpaper is so good. I want a room with this wallpaper in real life. That's how much I enjoyed it. And also, when I started furnishing the hallway, I saw that they had a whole bunch of shoes. I do end up using like the male shoes also in the in the girls part, because I just like the masculine shoes as well, so I just ended up using it for both. I do also have these other custom content, which are these 3 little portraits that I put on the other side. I don't remember the name right now, but I will be linking it in the description if you guys do want to use them as well. I really enjoy the custom content. I try not to go into a custom content craziness, so I just used Felix and Harrie's custom content and this one as well that I did, which I got for the portraits. Those are practically the only custom content that I have. This little coffee table that I use is custom content. It's from Harrie, and it's from Felix and Harrie, and it's just, I just love it. There are also some sinks. The word came into my head right now. There were some sinks also that I used from them, but since I didn't have the game pack that it was originally made for, it didn't work with me, so I eventually did take it out. I do end up leaving the living room exactly the way you're seeing it right now, with the trophies on top with the pot plant. But before the disaster happened, I had put them down here, and there were like paintings on the wall, and I just took those out and I put them back because I thought it looked better. The funny thing is, when I finished building this entire floor, I remembered that I forgot to put the stairs to go to the upstairs. I forgot to make the stairs, so I do have a little stair. The stairs are gonna magically pop up, but there is staircases here, and I always have to put like a piano. This couch is also from Felix and Harrie, and so is this little table. I'm just in love with these people's custom content. It's just amazing. I think I downloaded almost everything on their site. That's how much I enjoyed their content. So I wanted to do like this piano. I did use the tool the tool mod just to make sure that I had like this little book there, just to make it look like they're practicing the piano and make it look more realistic. So I'm actually getting really involved in using the tool mod. I actually kind of find it like really fun, and I am in love with the book nook kit so much. I just loved everything that they did on the book nook. I'm in love with it, and also their couches are really nice. So after I did all of this and I decided like the carpet and everything, and I went into the kitchen, I did end up changing some things into the kitchen because I'm not going to lie, I had to redo the kitchen afterwards when that little incident happened. So most of the clutter is not going to be like exactly the same as it was whilst you guys are seeing this video. I have the screenshot, so you probably will see. I do change it up a little bit, but it still ends up looking 100% the same. I didn't really change a lot of things. Like I used everything that was available like in my Sims inventory for the furniture. So I just had to like place everything back into like the places it was. But besides that, it was actually pretty cool, and I'm actually just waiting to get my sim married so I can start out the whole story that I got, which is like, you know, she's a really famous doctor. She's like really successful at her job, and the dad is a stay-at-home dad, and my sim is actually already a doctor. So I'm actually already implementing all of the little things that I said about the story. Like one of the twins has a guitar. Like her entire room is blue, but the other one, it's just literally there's like the only one pink item there is like a guitar. So I just left everything perfectly or like organized for when I have the twins and everything, and it's just there. So I'm actually really excited about this. This kitchen with all of this clutter kind of did drive me crazy. I think I had more fun when I had to replace everything than I did when I was actually doing it, because I wanted to make this kitchen huge as it already is, because I have this thing. I don't really like small houses. I'm sorry. Okay, for you guys who love tiny houses, God bless you, but no. And I wanted to make a little counter so they can have their breakfast and they could enjoy, like, you know, small little meals and everything. And now that we're getting this home chef stuff pack, I cannot wait, because I literally created this story like a week or two before the Sims team announced the stuff pack, and I already had like this vision, you know, like he's a stay-at-home dad and he does all the cooking, and like the house is perfectly aligned in the way that he wants it to be. And I literally went out with like choosing the colors, especially like the dining area and the kitchen, to make it look like it wasn't actually the mom who picked it, because since the mom is more focused on her work, I literally just thought of like, no, he just went online and he sat down and he started thinking about like all the crazy things he wanted to do in the house, and you know, like, and his wife was just like, have fun, go with it, you know. So I actually really enjoyed like this crazy momentum. And when I started building this dining area, I just wanted it to be like really fancy, like really, it just needed to have pizzazz. Here's a word I haven't used in a really long time, pizzazz. And I actually got that because I loved every second of just building all, like, just making all the decorations and where I wanted the paintings. I didn't really want to leave all of the walls like empty, so I put out like paintings that would probably go with the room. And afterwards I put like this green rug that just matched the walls, because it's like this dark color. And I am just in out of this entire build, I am in love with the dining area, the study hall, and also the living room were my favorite out of all of this, because it literally had so much of what I would do if I was living in a house like this. And the colors of like the outside of the color of the house as well, it's still very Tudory, but it's more modern-y. Like, it doesn't, you know, it's a Tudor house, but you look at it and you take a while to recognize that it is. And that's what I really loved about it. So right here I am going crazy and just filling one of the wardrobes in the house, like the walk-in closets in the house. I really enjoyed this process because I wanted everything in her room to be pink, but I didn't go that overboard. I hope I didn't. And also in the other daughter's room, I wanted everything to be blue. I do end up changing the position of the other wardrobe. I kind of put it to a side. It's mirrored to what the other sister's room is, but it's kind of a bit different. Like, I changed the bed. I put her bed like a little blue color, which I actually really adored. If I hadn't put that for her bedroom, I would have probably put that like in the parents' bedroom. Yeah, so I kind of ended up changing like most of the small little details, because I thought like the parents' bedroom was really huge. I think I could have added a bit more clutter, or a bit more like furnished it a bit more. But I don't know, like, especially because it's a stay-at-home dad, and normally stay-at-home dads are more annoying than moms, because I know. Yeah, so I kind of just went with the way I decorated it and everything. But normally I did like one of the teenagers' rooms, and I just changed a couple of other things for it. I added an extra window in the other teenagers' room as well. I really wanted to make it look like they have like their differences. I did have one of one of the teenagers, the daughters, to have a balcony, mostly because I wanted it to literally have the little axle, so she could paint, and she needs to look at nature, like the outside and everything. Though the view from here, it's mostly just other townhouses and a couple of Tudor homes and everything, but I just wanted like an excuse to put a little something there. So making like one of the daughters like really love art and just have it there, it was the right thing to do, and I really enjoyed it. This little walkway that I do in the closet that makes it look like the closet door, I do end up putting it a little bit to the side, but it is perfectly functional. Like, everything here is actually perfectly functional. I actually really enjoyed like the decorating part. I think like the building the shell of the house is normally the thing that most people hate, because it does take a little bit of time for you to think about, and then when you get into the like furnishing, you just go crazy. And that is the one thing that I loved about like The Sims. Like, I could literally furnish things like the way that I would do it, and use like different colors, and just literally have some fun. And these Sims have like small little details in them, like the dad that loves to cook, the mom's a like really successful doctor, so like she's mostly wants to get home and not wants to think about work. And like one of the daughters, well, she's one of the daughters like loves video games, and she loves like literally listening to music. And that's technically what I did. I just went with like the little personalities that I gave my Sims, and I just started adding that there. When it came to the parents' room, I did, like I said, I made it a neutral color, because I wasn't really gonna make like a pink bedroom or maybe like a purple bedroom for the parents. I think that would be weird, especially because the person who I wanted it to make it look like there was a little bit of like the dad made a lot of things in it, so I just went with extremely neutral colors. Like the bedroom, like only their clothes actually have like a little bit of color. So I actually did end up doing that, and I really enjoy the whole thing that I did with the walk-in closet for the parents, and just adding it like there's just a little way for them to go into like their bathroom. And I was gonna do something that I normally don't do, which is add a window. I don't add windows in bathrooms. Only those little ones that like at the top that you can open it. I normally like to add like these big ones, especially the one that's behind the wardrobe. Well, actually it's a cabinet, but simply because I've seen Dawn of the Dead, I've seen zombie movies enough to know that you need to have a little window in the bathroom where you can go and escape. Simple as that. If you haven't seen horror movies, you people need to watch horror movies. It can save your life someday. hopefully it doesn't end on that. It doesn't. No. Hopefully that doesn't really happen in real life. But I just really wanted to do that, and I was gonna add like another one of these cabinets, but I really like the other one, and I just like I took it into an angle, like just having that little quick fix. So I really just did that. I don't really use the shower. I take it out. I actually end up using another bathtub for this because I thought it would be better. I did use the same colors for the, like, all the bathrooms have like the same colors because I like dark bathrooms because it's just, I don't know, I just feel comfier in a darker bathroom than I would actually feel if it wasn't. Here I was going to add a window in the bathroom, which I would never add like a full-on window to a bathroom, no. If you know me personally, no, that would never happen. So I think that your bathroom time is your time to literally peace and quiet and just your momentum to chill out and have a just be yourself. When you guys see the screenshots, you are going to notice that I did change a couple of things in the decoration of the bathroom. I think I just made it cleaner, even though I had like a trillion clutter. I had so many clutter. I was just like, oh my god, I put so much clutter in this room. But yes, I did put a lot of clutter in everywhere because it's me. I wanted to feel as realistic as possible. So I think that the clutter makes it as realistic as possible. So that's technically what I went with. I do add a lot of paintings in their room as well because the Sims really like lots of paintings and furniture. I think we as humans wouldn't really mind not having like a whole bunch of paintings on the walls, but the Sims do. So I added like a whole bunch of paintings on the wall. I love adding that little mural that they have with that looks like a little tree from Vampires, like the Vampires pack. I just love it. So I added twice. I added one in the dining room. I added one in the dining room, and the other one I added in their bedroom, their parents' bedroom. So I really enjoyed this. It was really fun. I love the little clutters that also came from the custom content from Felix and Harrie. You know, I just enjoyed it so much. And I'm gonna leave you guys now with the screenshots from the house, and I really hope you guys enjoy this, and thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I will see you guys all next week actually this week still, for another video, for an art video, and also next week for another Sims build. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Have a wonderful week, guys. Bye.